Unexpectedly, although the plan is beautiful, the reality is extremely cruel. Tianqi directly rejected Regnar's invitation. Not only that, but also said that his youngest son was on his own account, which made him angry. Even when he got in the car, he still cursed and said, "Tianqi, an old dog, really doesn't know how to praise. If it weren't for worrying about getting into trouble, I really wanted his life." Roger on the side was very happy. He was always worried that Tianqi could really cure his younger brother, but after he came here, Tianqi directly refused to treat his younger brother. As a result, he was completely missing a strong enemy on the path of inheriting the Wu family. However, he was not good at expressing this emotion, so he whispered, "Dad, or just find a few killers, and come over and wipe the neck of this old thing one night." "No." Ragnar blurted out, "Although this old thing doesn't have much money, many big people owe favors to him, and even count on him to prolong their life. Killing him is tantamount to pronouncing the death of many big people in advance, and Wu family will become the target of public criticism." Roger nodded and said, "Follow what you just said, Dad, as long as he dares to open the clinic in the future, we will smash it." Ragnar said, "That's just a little intimidation to the old thing. It's best to force him to agree to see your brother." Roger was a little nervous, and blurted out, "Dad, that old thing doesn't agree to it." Ragnar said, "So I am going to ask Mr. Song to help me intercede." Roger said hurriedly, "Dad, today is the birthday banquet of Mr. Song. It is not appropriate to say this, right?" "You're right." Ragnar nodded, and said, "Then talk about it tonight or tomorrow." Then Ragnar said to Roger, "Warnya, you have to hurry up, find ways to cultivate relationships, and get her to agree to the marriage as soon as possible." Roger nodded and said, "Father, don't worry, I have instructed that Lu Guang to help me carefully prepare a gift. I will give it to her in a while. I believe she will like it." Ragnar hummed and said, "This woman is very capable. If we can marry her, it will be a great help to our Wu family. Then you will inherit the family business and have her as your wise helper. Your grandfather can rest assured." Roger showed an expression of determination. "Dad, don't worry, I will marry Warnya home. She can only be my woman." While talking, the car has reached the door of Song's house. Outside the main entrance of the villa area where the Song family is located, the lights have already been illuminated. As the actual controller of the first family of Orus Hill, Mr. Song can be regarded as a high authority, and his birthday banquet is naturally very grand. Although it has not yet officially started, many guests have arrived after hearing the news and waited outside the gate of the villa area. After all, the Song family is the first family in Orus Hill, and there are so many small families attached to it. Therefore, no one dare to neglect the birthday banquet of Mr. Song. At this time, outside the door of the villa area, although Lu Ming's father Lu Guang was not invited, he had been waiting here for a long time. Seeing that the Wu family's father and son's car came back, he immediately greeted them with an extremely exquisite gift box. When the car window was lowered, Lu Guang immediately said to Roger flatteringly, "Mr. Roger, the gift you want me to prepare is ready. The masterpiece of the top Italian jewelry designer Mr. Fischer. You gave me 100 millions. After spending it, it cost 98 million. Roger took the gift box in his hand and opened it. It was a beautifully shaped bracelet inlaid with dozens of pink natural diamonds, which was very valuable. Ragnar on the side asked, "Is this bracelet prepared for Warnya?" "Yes." Roger said with a smile, "The bracelet she is wearing now looks very rubbish. It is estimated to be worth hundreds of thousands. Believe that, when you give this one, she will love it." Seeing that his son had begun a clear offensive, Ragnar nodded in satisfaction, and praised, "That's right, Roger, you have learned to observe the moves and have a definite target." Roger smiled and said, "Dad, I have been with you for so long, and I have learned a little bit from you, but compared to you, it is still far behind." "No." Ragnar said seriously, "You can observe that Warnya's bracelet is relatively old and worthless. This is already a big improvement. You can buy a better one to please her and prove that you are doing things now. Much more mature and stable, not bad, not bad. Very good." Roger was praised, and he was overjoyed. Seeing Lu Guang's pug's eyes were also a little bit satisfied. He smiled and said, "Lu Guang, this bracelet is really beautiful. You did this well. In the future, if you do things for me seriously, I will not treat you badly." Lu Guang respectfully said, "Yes, Mr. Wu, I will do my best for you." After all, he hurriedly handed over another 2 million check, saying, "Mr. Wade, this is the remaining 2 million. Seeing Lu Guang's sincere attitude, Roger said with satisfaction, "You can keep these 2 million. Although Lu Guang didn't care about the 2 million, he also realized that this was the reward given to him by young Mr. Orville, so he nodded excitedly and said in gratitude, "Thank you, young master." Regnar on the side looked at Lu Guang with a little bit of appreciation in his heart. Unexpectedly, this Lu Guang not only has a sufficiently pious attitude, but also works more simply and neatly. And he was the first dog to surrender after the Wu family came to Orus Hill. Therefore, Regnar felt that Lu Guang should also be given some real sweetness. So he opened his mouth and said, "Lu Guang, did they invite you to the birthday banquet of Mr. Song today?"